Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the course. In this video, you will be learning about sales and copywriting, which is the fourth type of writing that we're talking about in this course. So, what is copywriting? What is sales writing? Copywriting has one goal: to convert. If you've written something and you had no intention of making your readers perform an action, then it's not a copy, it's not a sales copy. It is just maybe an informational product or something different, but not a sales copy. So conversion now means different things to different people. Some people think when you hear copywriting or sales writing, you must make a sale at the end of that copy, but that's not always the case. So conversion could mean making sales. It could mean getting people to subscribe to an email list. It could mean getting people to sign up for a webinar or an event that is coming up. So whatever the case may be, it has one goal: to get people to do one thing at the end of the copy. By the time they're done reading it, they should want to take one specific action. That is what copywriting is all about. Now, to clear another misconception, copywriting or sales copy don't exist just on websites. They could be on social media platforms, they could be on YouTube channels, they could be on emails, they could be on billboards. There are so many formats that copies appear in, and for every format, there is a human, a copywriter behind the words that appear on each platform. Now, these are 7 different formats for copywriting, and I'm pretty sure that if more don't already exist, by the end of this year or the end of this month, depending on when you're watching this, there's probably going to be other formats coming up. So it's an evolving field of writing, and there will always be changes. All right, so moving on, let's talk about the different formats of copywriting. The first is product description. Now, product description exists. It could exist on a website, it could be on social media, it could even be on YouTube. There are different places that it could exist. But the major feature or characteristic of a product description is that you're not really talking about just one product. You're not always talking about just one product. It could be one and it could be more than one. So, but at the end of everything, your goal is to make the reader buy one, at least one of those products that you describe it. So the people that use product description, like this kind of copywriting, are mostly people that are into Amazon affiliate marketing. I'm not going to go into details about that, but in simple terms, it's for people that they own a blog and then they try to get people to buy some Amazon products through their website. So when people buy from their website, they get a commission, and that's how they make money through their blog. So that's the simplest explanation. So that kind of writing is also called product description. And there are many websites that exist solely for that purpose. They own a blog and all they do is pick specific products related to their niche and then write a full description about each of those products and try to recommend to their readers that, okay, this is what you should buy. Don't worry, I'm going to show you an example towards the end of the video. The next is a video sales letter. Now, the final product of this kind of copy is actually a video, but in case you were not aware, most video products have a script. Nobody goes to their YouTube channel and just starts throwing off random words without actually preparing. So the should I say the seriousness of the script differs based on the purpose of the video. So if you're making a video, an informational video like this one that I'm making, you don't necessarily have to read directly verbatim from a script. What you just need is something like a slide, which is what I'm using, that would guide the things you say. Now, for a video sales letter, you actually need a script. People read directly from the script, and the only thing that they have to do is try to add personality to what they are reading. That's their main job. So, a video sales letter is any written copy that is meant to convert the viewers and only exist in the form of a video. That's it. It has a script that is in the background, which the presenter reads from and tries to use to make a sale. And when I say script, I mean down to the call to action. Everything is prepared before the video recording even starts. That's the second type of copy. The next is a website copy. Now, a website copy is something like a services page, for instance. So your services page uh, tells people what you do, what the business does, and then towards the end, or not usually towards the end, in different strategic locations of the website or of that page, there is a call to action that tells people do this, um, request for more information, book a free um, video demo, something like that. It also qualifies as a website copy. The next is buyer's guide. Now, this often exists on websites. So, buyer's guides usually focus on one kind of product and tells the reader everything they need to know about a particular product. So, it tells you about how to use the product, the conditions where you can use it, or okay, if something happens to it, who you can take it to, or how to fix it. So it tries to give as much information as necessary when it comes to a particular product. And of course, at the end of it, it tells the user, or it tells the reader to buy now. The next is ad sales copy. These are usually very, very short. They exist on social media. And if you remember from the previous video, if you've seen that about social media text, they're usually short, punchy, straight to the point. So ad sales copy exists on social media and billboards, places that your creativity has to be at a very high level. You need to make sure that one glance, just one glance at that ad, and people are interested in what you're selling or what you're promoting. So that's what ad sales copies do. The next is brand copywriting. This is not always, it's not usually to make any kind of sales. It's just to get a subscriber or get a sign up, and usually exists in email format, social media format, and of course website. So it is strictly for brand promoting, and yes, there is always a call to action at the end of each page. It's very similar to a services page. The only difference is you're not really telling anybody to come and buy from you or to patronize you. You're just telling them to trust you, to give you their email, to follow you on social media. Something like that. That's what brand copywriting is all about. And then the final one is a sales letter. This exists in the form of an email. Many people would agree that emails are the most personal form of copywriting because, in most cases, when you open a sales letter in your email, it doesn't sound like a sales letter. It sounds like something a friend would send to you. And then towards the end, you finally realize that, oh, this person is trying to sell something. So, email is the most personal format of copywriting. And that's it. Those are the 7 formats and their respective platforms of copywriting. Now, the elements of a high performing copy. Like every kind of writing, a sales copy should be clear, detailed, direct, and have a magnetic header. Now, not all sales copy would have a heading as in tagged header 1 or H1 or H2, but there is always an opening line, right? So your heading should tell the reader exactly what they stand to gain if they choose to listen to you. It should be clear. There should be no wordplay. There should be no, you're not trying to be smart. You're just being honest, completely honest, and telling the reader that this is what you're offering, this is the problem you're trying to solve, and this is what they're going to get at the end of reading this copy. You should tell the reader why they should even move to the next line of your copy. The next is an introduction that builds trust and anticipation. The introduction can be in the form of storytelling. There are different formats actually. It can be in the form of storytelling. It can be in the form of, using statistics to try to drive a point. It can be in the form of agitating a problem, the problem that you're trying to solve, how frustrating it can be. So you can use your introduction to focus on that problem to let your readers understand that you know this problem, you have experience with this problem, you know how annoying it can be, and you're ready to help them solve that problem. The next is a highly engaging body that speaks to emotions and screen of benefits. So it's a rule of thumb that whatever it is you're writing, when it comes to sales copy, when it comes to any kind of copywriting, do not focus on the features. Don't tell your reader the product is green in color, it is 20 centimeter high, or whatever. Do not just list facts without telling them why they should care. Okay, it's green in color, so what? Why the hell should I care about the color? So if at all you must list the features, you should also list the benefits. Tell them, oh, it's green in color, which means it's going to match your eyes, or something that would speak to the emotion of the reader and not uh, just random facts that nobody cares about. Then the next is storytelling. Storytelling, like I said, can exist in different forms. It could be talking about a problem. It could be talking about people that have used the product and have experienced transformation in their lives after using the product. It could be a personal story from you based on your own experience with a similar problem. So whatever it is, um, let there be truth to it, let there be relevance to it, and let it be um, something that also speaks to the emotions of your readers. The next is an obvious understanding of the target audience. I cannot emphasize this enough. You must understand that you cannot sell to everybody. Even if your target audience is so specific, you say, okay, I'm targeting um, people between the ages of 21 and 23. You need to understand that you cannot sell to everybody on earth that is between 21 and 23. So you might be able to sell to Nigerians, but you won't be able to sell to people in Canada, for instance. You may be able to sell to fat people between 21 and 23, but that product would not speak to the slimmer category of that audience. So whatever it is you're selling, you need to be very super specific about the target audience. You need to understand why your product is relevant to them, and you need to build on that understanding. You need to show that you get them, you know who they are, and you know the problems that they're going through, and you know how to solve that problem. The next is a compelling call to action. Remember, I said it's not a sales copy if there is no conversion. Like if there's nothing that you're looking forward to your readers doing at the end of that copy. So you must tell them what to do. Do you want them to drop their email? Do you want them to sign up? Do you want them to commit to a sales call in the next 1 hour? Do you want them to buy now? So whatever it is that you want them to do, make it very clear to them. No confusion, no wordplay, no smartness, nothing. Just direct call to action. And then finally, formatting and emphasis. I'm going to talk about this with an example that I'll show you towards the end. All right. So now, how do you write a high performing copy? I'll be honest, there are many copywriting formulas on the web. Even when I was learning copywriting, I'm pretty sure I learned 3 different formulas that I can't even remember except for Ada. And all of them work, right? But they work for different kinds of products. So we're not going to go into details of the formulas of copywriting. You can get that online for real. But regardless of the formulas that you use, these steps are very important for your copy. Every copy must have at least 80% of, you must follow 80% of these steps to actually create a high converting copy. All right, so I said there are many copywriting formulas on the web. We have AIDA. AIDA means attention, interest, desire, action. So attention is where the headline is. You try to get the attention of your reader. Interest is where you get them interested. They start thinking, oh, okay, let's see, I like this. Desire is when they start thinking, I want this. And then action is when they think, yeah, I'm getting this. So the other one is PAS. I think that's a problem, action, solution. So, like I said, different formulas, different products. But at the end of everything, you need to follow these steps. So now, the first thing I've written here is design a buyer persona. You would remember in the previous slide where I said you need to have a clear understanding of your audience. The best way to understand your audience is to be real about it. Write a buyer persona. Try to give your target audience a name. Try to articulate their current situation. Try to mention exactly what they need, what they're going through, and what they're looking forward to in the future. The next thing you want to do is write 3 possible headlines. You're not picking one at the first, you're just writing 3 headlines that you think should communicate to your reader what they stand to gain if they read your copy till the end. So in your headlines, you want to mention the problem, the solution, the time frame, or the results, or a combination of them. Keep in mind that your headline should not be so long that people get breathless when they're reading it. So if you think the problem is more compelling, is more attention grabbing, you might want to focus on the problem in your headline. If you think the solution will be more impressive, you might want to focus on that. If you think time frame is going to be what attracts people, you might want to focus on that. So for instance, a very, very popular product is a weight loss product, for instance. So let's get more specific, belly fat. So your headline can be how to lose belly fat in 3 weeks without dieting. Okay, so in 3 weeks, you have to ask yourself if 3 weeks is an incredible time frame or if it's something reasonable. If it's something reasonable, you might not want to add it to the headline because it's not a wow factor. Nobody's going to say, whoa, 3 weeks, let's do this, right? But if you think that it's a wow factor, then you should definitely find a way to add it to your headline. Without dieting is a solution, right? And it's something that is probably going to be very attractive to plus size people. Oh, I don't have to diet. I don't have to kill myself trying to eat things that I don't like. So it's going to be attractive to them. So whatever you do, try to identify which part of your copy is more attention grabbing. If it's the results, if it's results could be okay, how I lost 24 kg in 2 weeks without dieting. Exactly. So remember, we didn't mention the problem right now, right? Like the problem is there in the headline, but we didn't specifically focus on the problem. We just focused on the results. I lost 25 kg time frame in 2 weeks. The solution without dieting. Do you understand? So there are just try to write 3 possible headlines in different formats and leave it there. That's just the starting point. Then the next thing you want to do is make an unfiltered list of the benefits. Don't worry, I'm going to show you an example of a very rough draft. It's not a complete copy, but at least it has some of these elements. Make an unfiltered list of the benefits of your solution, of the product that you're trying to sell. Write it down. Every little thing that you think, oh, this is a benefit, write it down. Your first draft is not going to be perfect, but you need to get all the necessary information out of your head and on paper or on document so that when you finally start to structure, you're not going to miss out on any important parts. The next is to imagine selling that product to your close friends and then telling them why they should get it right now. The idea behind this is that you would not want to sell something horrible to your friend, right? Which is why some people are very skeptical about copywriting. If you do not believe in the product, it might be very difficult for you to sell it because your emotions should get into the copy such that your reader can pick up on that emotion and believe you enough to want to pay or to perform that action that you want them to perform. So imagine selling to a close friend and then giving them reasons why you think they should buy now. Now, if you have success stories, which is people that have already used the product or tried the solution that you're selling, mention them, and that's a good thing to add to the header if possible, which is what we did earlier on when I said how I lost 24 kg. That's a success story. You lost a whole 24 kg in 2 weeks. That is amazing. So if you have success stories, put it inside the copy. Use numbers to drive home a point if available. Again, how I lost 24 kg. 24 kg is huge. 24 kg is a whole, like, this normal traveling box full, packed with clothes. That's how heavy 24 kg. Now imagine somebody losing 24 kg in 2 weeks. That's a significant number. And adding that to your headline or to the body of your copy is going to have an effect on your reader. So if there is numbers that you can add it, but do not lie if you don't have numbers. Then add the cost and the steps for purchasing or the steps for performing that action that you want them to perform. After that, you already have everything you need for your copy, right? So the next thing is to structure your copy. That's to write the story. Copywriting is story writing. So you now go back from the beginning and try to structure the headline, an introduction, body, list benefits, and rearrange. Then the next step is to take a break. That's after you're done with your first draft. Take a break from the entire copy and then come back and edit. So the first thing I'm going to show you is an example of a sales copy in an email from Alex Catoni. If you don't know her, you should find her on YouTube and subscribe to her channel. But anyway, this is a sales copy, right? Now, pay very close attention to this. This is the headline or the subject line, and this has nothing to do with sales. Yeah, there is nothing that tells you this lady wants to sell something to you. She said, "You never guess what my Uber driver said to me." Okay, any curious person would ask before even opening the email, what did your Uber driver say? Which is what a subject line should do, or a header. Want, it should make the reader want to read the next line, want to move to the next stage of your copy. So when you scroll down, everything is a story. Casual conversations. It's an entire story, a personal story. Talks about her drive in an Uber and how the driver wanted to make small talk, asking questions and all of that. And then he said something that was that sounded very weird, but she took it as a compliment. Yeah, you give me family vibes for sure. And she gave that experience an interpretation. And at the end of it, she used it to drive home a point about her brand. She said, this strange compliment, what does this strange compliment have to do with what I'm writing, with why I'm writing it today? Well, she started the copy pose in 2020 based on that exact philosophy. So imagine telling a story. It's just like a friend comes to visit you and you ask what's up, and then she said, you never guess what happened to me on my drive here. It catches your interest, you're interested, you want to know, hey, what happened? And then this person tells you the story, and at the end of it, she tells you that she loved what happened because she could relate to it based on her brand. And then she tells you at the end of it that she wants you to subscribe to her brand because based on that story, based on that philosophy, there's a very high chance that you would want to read more from this lady. Probably not because of the brand, but because, oh, you love the way she did her storytelling, and you'd really love to be a community. So through this email, through this very personal storytelling, she has been able to convert the reader to subscribe to her channel. So that's usually what uh, email copywriting is all about. And at the end of it, she tells you to watch this video. That's the call to action. Watch this video. And even at that, she didn't just stop and say, watch this video. She specifically gave it another attractive heading or call to action that says, stop spending money on marketing until you do this. Okay, what do you want me to do? Any curious person that has a brand or that is into marketing and feels like they're not getting enough results is definitely going to click on this link. And that is conversion. She has written a very successful copy that got people to click on the link, which was the whole purpose of the copy. So that's an example of an email. So now back to what I was talking about. Remember, I said know your audience, the person you're talking to. So for this copy, let's just say I'm trying to sell a projector to someone, right? I want my reader at the end of the copy to click a link and buy a projector from me. So this is how I would start. I'd write the goal to help techies pick the best projector for gaming or video streaming within their budget. Now, I'm not trying to talk to somebody that has no technical knowledge, right? Because if you don't have technical knowledge, you're not going to appreciate the things that I'm about to write about. So my header is going to be a little bit technical. And the main reason for that is so that it can filter out people that don't understand. If you don't understand the header, you're definitely not going to read the body of the content, right? So that's the first step. And the product that you're trying to sell is a projector, a short draw projector. Now, this is my persona. This is my target audience. My target audience name is Daniel. Daniel is a tech-inclined 27-year-old who doesn't have the space for a large TV screen but wants to be able to play games or stream videos at high definition visual capacity. So here's the problem. He lives alone, maybe in a self-contained little room, and he's not ready to move to a larger apartment where he can get a large TV screen and, you know, interact with his videos or his games, but he still wants to be able to play games or stream videos at very high definition capacity. Now, he knows about projectors. You see, I'm telling myself that this person knows what a projector is. So definitely in my copy, I'm not going to be defining what is a projector. This person does not need it. What the person needs is the different kinds of projectors and which one best suits his condition or his situation. So he knows about projectors, but isn't sure what product would best suit his needs without drying out his pocket. So he's concerned about money. He knows about projectors. He knows that there are different kinds of products, and he knows that different products solve different problems. So he's looking for something within his budget. He's looking for something that actually solves his problem, and he's ready to buy as soon as he finds what seems like the best option. So right now, I have simplified the process for myself. I know exactly the kind of person that I'm talking to. So I'm not writing for a beginner, and there are some unnecessary information that I'm not even going to bother adding to my copy, right? And by the way, this kind of copy is a product description. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the final product on a different website. And the next thing I said, write 3 examples of headlines. So these are the 3 headlines. The first is the best 12 projectors in 2022. It's a little bit short. It still passes the information, but not really. The next is the best 12 short projectors for gaming and video streaming in 2022. So this is very specific and it's telling the reader that okay, at the end of this, you would know you would have access to 12 projectors that you can use for gaming and video streaming. Now, what if the person has another need, not only gaming and video streaming? So let's go to the third one, 12 incredible projectors for the best visual experience. So whether you're looking for gaming or you're looking for video streaming or you're looking for maybe uh what's it called now? Image editing or something else that requires visuals, this headline is going to speak to you. But either way, I haven't made a decision. They're just, first draft headline samples that I might use at the end of it. And keep in mind that at the end of the copy, you might actually completely change the headline based on what the copy looks like when you're done. And I think the next thing I said was make an unfiltered list of benefits. So in this case, some of the benefits of the projectors that I want to sell, they have high definition images, they have vibrant colors, they have high connectivity, there are no blurred images. So this is just a very rough first draft of trying to answer some questions and trying to create the first draft of your copy. So by the time you're done, uh, if there are success stories, you can mention that. I don't have that, so I didn't mention it in that uh, draft that I just showed you. If there are numbers, you can mention that. All right, so tips for copywriting. Shorter sentences always, always are always memorable, right? They are readable, they are memorable, they are appealing. Then you need to be creative, but don't overdo it. If it's a lie, don't put it there. If it's just don't try to be so smart about it. Your goal is to pass a message to inform your reader of why this is the best solution for them. And again, I've already said this, show proof, success stories, use numbers, mention technical details like specific technical details that speaks to your readers, to your target audience, and makes them think, oh, awesome, I want this. Use stories. Know the problem and amplify your solution. This all falls back to understanding who you're speaking to. If you understand them, you can actually speak to them. Anticipate objections and address them. So in case the price is on the high side, or maybe the size of the product is somehow low and the person is thinking, something that is as small as this can it actually solve my problem? So answer those questions, because remember, it's a written copy. The person is not in front of you and does not have the opportunity to ask questions. So anticipate those kinds of questions and answer them in your copy. And finally, use power words. As far as copywriting is concerned, you is the most powerful word, right? So speak to your reader, let them know that yes, this person is talking to me. Okay, now the sales copy example. Let's take a look at that. All right, so this is a sales copy that sells a digital course on writing. Now look at this. This is not a headline, right? It's a quote, just something that draws your attention. It is a gross offense if you do not know how to write. Any curious person, anybody that is in any way interested or that has been thinking about writing and sees this is going to wonder why. What's the big deal about writing? Yeah. And then move to the next step. So this is the header. Learn the ultimate secrets of becoming a writer. Everything you need to know about writing, even if you have never written anything in your life. So this course is specifically for beginners, right? So you don't have an excuse. I've never written anything before except in school. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Learn how to start writing today, even if you have never written anything in your life. So this is the introduction, and this really speaks to the problem. Have you been thinking of how to make money online but don't have any digital skills? Are you interested in a career in content writing but you don't know how to start about it? These are the problems. Do you believe that you too can become a writer, make money online, build your portfolio, and have a successful writing business? So if you answered yes to any of it's one part of the copy. See, so if you're reading this and you answered yes to any of these questions, you will be interested in reading still, like to continue reading. Now, remember where I said formatting, right? Formatting and emphasis. So this is where formatting and emphasis is. You try to use headers, you try to use bold, you try to use colors. Excuse me. You try to use colors. All of these are simply to pass your message, to draw attention, right? So, and I'm just going to scroll down so I don't. Okay, these are benefits, right? This is what you stand to gain, regardless of where you are currently. If you're an entrepreneur, this is what you stand to gain. If you're a student, this is it. If you're a graduate, if you're already a freelancer, maybe you're into graphics design, and you're thinking you don't need writing, or we're telling you you do need writing because you have to pitch, you have to send proposals, so you need to get this course. If you're an affiliate marketer, you definitely need to know how to write. If you want to get into Amazon self-publishing, you need to understand one or two things about writing. So the list is endless. Again, remember formatting, colors. Now, success stories. Yeah, this is an example of um, a medical student that went from nothing to $2,000 a month just with writing. Yeah. So these are numbers. They're telling you 4.5 million naira, $2,000. This is the age, in case you're within that age bracket, it's a male. In case you're also a male. So these proof, these pictures are supposed to be proof. They are numbers, they are stories that tell you that regardless of where you are, you too can start writing and start making money from it. So now let's go back to our premium talk. Remember, speak to your reader like they're in front of you. Yes, it's a written copy, but at the end of the day, it's a person. One person is going to be reading it at a time, not two different people at a time. Tell a story. 8 years ago, I asked a friend to teach me how to write, and the way he replied made it seem like writing is a skill that cannot be learned. So this is a story. This person is telling you about how they got into the career themselves. And this is another way to actually establish authority that you know what you're talking about. You've been here before. There was a time you didn't know how to do this thing. There was a time you had this problem, and this is how you solved it. And you're ready to teach them how to solve the problem. Do you get? So these are another emphasis on benefits. Look at this. This is different from the rest of the page. It's nicely packaged in what looks like a table or a picture frame, and it draws attention. So even if you've been scrolling, like you did not read all this part and you've been scrolling, this very part that has been packaged that looks like a frame is going to draw your attention, and you're going to want to see, okay, what is here? So let me read it. Do you get? And again, the opportunities have no limits. Then he continues, this is social proof. This is a Nigerian, like you, okay, this course is for Nigerians, yeah? And there are so many misconceptions that if you're a Nigerian, you can't make money with writing, or you can't make money on Upwork. Well, this person is telling you that yes, you can, and this is proof. This is a Nigerian like you in Lagos that has made up to $100,000 on Upwork, right? So all of these are proofs, and not just proof. It's a story. It is you making use of numbers. It is drawing attention and telling you that this is possible. This is not a myth, right? And at the point, it also goes to telling you that okay, it's possible that you can decide that okay, let me just go and do this on my own. This person is telling you that yes, you can actually do it on your own, right? You can just go and start writing. But let me ask you this, what exactly do you want to write? If you don't have a good foundation, how are you going to convince somebody to pay you $300 or 1,500 word article if you can't write beautifully, if you don't understand the basic um, fundamental of writing? Do you get? So how do you avoid this? Now we've told you the problem, we've told you the things that you could face if you decide to do it on your own, and then we are telling you that okay, to avoid this kind of problem, to avoid any kind of frustration or stress, this is what you should do. Get this course to start your writing career, and then we tell you what is in the course, right? What are the benefits in the course? Again, listen, formatting with numbers, specific numbers that tell people, yes, this is what I stand to give. So at the end of everything, there is a call to action that says, hot deal, click here to order now. Like it's right there. Click here to order now. The call to action is very clear, right? And even if you decide to keep scrolling, what you're going to see is testimonials from people that have taken the course, right? And again, at the end of it, you see a click here to order now. So you know that this copy, the main goal of this copy is to get the reader to order right now. Yeah, so that is what a sales copy does. You speak to the problem, you speak to solution, you use stories, you use numbers to communicate. And I can assure you that this copy was not written in one day. It's not possible to write a high converting copy in one day. You're not a machine. Even a machine cannot do the job that you do as a copywriter. So you don't write a copy in one day. You write a very rough draft at the beginning, you leave it, you come back to it, and
amplify it, you flesh it out, add more benefits, add more stories, depending on how relevant they are to what you're selling, before you decide that, okay, you're done. Let's do this. Let's roll this out. Let people see what we have to offer. Now, moving on, I'm going to show you an example of a product description. This is the final product of that draft that I showed you very recently. So look at the final heading. The 12 best ultra short and short through projectors for dream entertainment setup. Do you see that now? So we're telling you that, okay, if you want to set up an entertainment area for yourself, entertainment can be video streaming, can be gaming, can be video editing, whatever it is that you want to do that requires visual and is for entertainment. These projectors are going to help you. Now, this is how you know that this is also copywriting. They tell you they're going to give you 12, right? But what if you're in a hurry? They're telling you that, okay, if you're in a hurry, we've done this research for you. You can't trust us. So check out our editor's pick, this one, and go to Amazon directly to buy. You click on this link on Amazon. If you buy this product, the owner of this website gets a commission, and that's it. That's how. That's how you buy it. And sadly, this product is not available. This is one of the disadvantages of Amazon affiliate selling. Some of the products that you link to might actually not be available when the readers click on it, but that's a story for another day. Okay, so now this is the introduction. If you're serious about the home theater or gaming, you need a short strip projector. So you can see this person we did not start defining what a short strip projector is. We believe you already know what the projector is. You know that you want to buy a projector, you're not sure how to buy it. So here we're telling you that below you will find the perfect projector for your budget and use case. Use case here means your situation. What do you want to use it for? Without any hassle of looking through Amazon reviews and model specification. You know, that's one of the problems with Amazon. There are millions of products there and you don't even know how to select. So we're telling you that we've done the research, we've done the work, and this is what you have here. And let's scroll down a little. Okay. Okay, good. So look at this. It has headers, right? It's telling you we have, depending on your budget, we have projectors that are less than 1K, less than 1.5, less than 2,000, up to 11,000, right? And even here, the next subheading after listing the projectors, we tell you how we picked the product so that this is to build trust, to tell you that we didn't just pick some random product and added it to the website. No, we did the research, and this is what we consider. So if you read this part of the content now, and you see that okay, they consider display technology, they consider true ratio. Remember, we're not talking to somebody that does not understand this thing. The person reading this knows about projectors. All the person needs is options, reasonable options within their budget that they can just click on, purchase, and end of discussion. So we're telling you that we've considered installation, we've considered contrast, we've considered the size, width, and the portability of the projector. And you can trust us that these products that we've listed are the best you're going to get for your money. So now look at the product. At the end of explaining, trying to describe the product, they scroll down, you'll see some of the features to consider. And this person listed features, but me, as somebody that understands what projectors mean, as I'm looking at the features, I can connect the benefits to each, right? 2,200 lumens, this talks about the brightness and how the images are going to display. This is native resolution, the definition of the image. Bulb life, this is telling you how long the projector is expected to last before you even need to repair it or fix anything in it. So people that do not understand what projector is in the beginning will find this very weird and just ill, and they're going to leave this page. Yeah, because it's not speaking to them, and we don't even want them to read it because somebody that does not know it is definitely not ready to buy. Do you get? So, and look at the call to action. Check price on Amazon, add to cart on Amazon. So you're ready to buy. All they want you to do is click and pay, and they get their commission. So that's another example of copywriting. And believe me, there are thousands of websites like this that need people to help them either to write from the scratch or to update. So for instance, now this website is the website of a client. If I wanted to get a repeat job from this particular client, I can just send them an email and say, hey, look, this product on this particular page is not available. Consider updating that. The person is not going to update it on their own. There's a very high chance that this person is going to say, oh, thanks for noticing that. Would you help me update it? And just like that, I get a new gig. So there are many websites that use this financial model to make money through their blogs, and one of the best ways to pitch them is to find links that are no more relevant on their website and tell them, hey, I can help you fix that. And that's the end of it. So yes, we are done. That's the end of sales copywriting. You have an assignment, and I'll be looking forward to reading what you come up with. So the assignment is this: write a sales copy for any digital product of choice, whether you want to sell an ebook, how to write without experience, or you want to sell a course, any course, beginner's guide to graphics design, or you want to sell a software. As long as it's a digital product, don't write the copy for a physical product, because in this world, digital products are getting very rampant and people need more sales copy for that. And by the way, if you do an amazing job of this, you have something to show as a portfolio, because this chicken and egg dilemma of, okay, you need a portfolio, but nobody's giving you the opportunity to write for them. This is a very good way to build your portfolio. Yes, maybe it doesn't make any sense, but it shows that you actually have what it takes to write a sales copy that has the possibility of converting people. So your assignment, write a sales copy for any digital product. Just pick one and let us know the kind of product that you've chosen to sell, and submit to this email address, academy@insight.ng. Please and please submit as a document, a link, a Google file, or an attached document. Do not send your copy as the body of an email. That is really, really bad reading experience. So I'll be looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you're in the community, ask your questions there, or reach out to us on this same email to seek for guidance or any kind of mentorship, or clear any questions that you have. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.